Hello, beautiful people. How are you doing today? I hope you're good. Today, let's make this soft homemade bread rolls. This is nice, it's as soft as cotton. You will really enjoy this. First, in my bowl, I added in milk. You can also use water. I used room temperature milk and I brought in the yeast. And now we're going to stir this to combine properly. So whether you're using instant yeast or active yeast, it should bloom. If you're not sure if the yeast is still alive, you have to allow it to bloom because it's the yeast that will help the bread to rise. I brought in sugar and I whisked this in together also to mix properly, and I brought in 1 large egg. We'll also whisk this to dissolve the egg yolk. And now I brought in my bread flour. You can also use all-purpose flour, and I brought in the salt. And with my spatula, we're going to keep mixing this till we get a shaggy dough. You have to note that the yeast is both a dry ingredient and a wet ingredient. Keep mixing it. Don't be tempted to add more water till when it gets to the kneading to know if you need to add in more water. I brought in butter. And we're going to mix both the dough and the butter together for the butter to absorb into the dough. And when I got it to this point, I transferred it to my work table and we're going to start kneading. Now, at first, it might be very sticky. Don't despair. Knead this for about a minute or two. If it's still too sticky, you have to add in a couple tablespoons of flour. And if it's still too dry, sprinkle in just a little water. We are all using different types of flour, and the one you're using will determine what you will have to do. We'll keep kneading this. This is another kneading method I use where I'll be hitting the dough on the table. Whatever you do, just keep the dough moving. And we've kneaded it till this point. That took about 7 minutes. I'll turn this into a ball shape. One trick to know if your dough is well kneaded: when you poke it, it should bounce back within seconds. And I'll sprinkle flour on the base of the dough and on top of the dough. This will help our dough not to stick. And I'll cover this with my plastic wrap and I'll allow this to rest for 10 minutes. That will give me enough time to go wash my dishes. I will apply butter all over my bread pan. This will help the bread not to stick to the pan when it's coming out from the oven. And we'll set this aside. Our dough has rested for 10 minutes and I'll divide this into 12 parts. You can divide into the number of bread rolls you want. Is up to you. And let's roll this. Observe how I'm rolling it. I'll turn it into a ball shape to have a smooth ball shape. And I'll roll it on my work surface just to make it smoother, and I'll set it into a bread pan. This is another method. Roll it into a ball shape, smooth it up on our work surface, and I'll send them to the bread pan. I live in a warm country. I don't have to send this to a warm place to proof. I'll leave it on my counter here and it's going to proof between 40 minutes to 1 hour. If you live in the cold regions, please, you might have to send this to your oven with the oven turned off. And this is after 45 minutes. Our bread has doubled well in size. Gently, I'll remove the plastic wrap so that it doesn't deflate our bread rolls bubbles. And I'm going to send this to the oven, and we'll be baking at 180 degrees Celsius between 30 minutes to 35 minutes. And here are our delicious bread rolls. my entire kitchen and home is filled with this delicious aroma. We are going to take it off from the pan so that it doesn't start sweating, and I'll leave it on the cooling rack for about 10 minutes. I hope this video was helpful to you. Remember, at Glory Homemaker, we give you value for your time. I want to say a big thank you to all my subscribers. You all make my day worthwhile. Thank you for checking out my videos, and God bless you richly. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, like and share my videos and get amazing content like this. Let's have a taste of this. This is soft, this is delicious. You can use this for your tea, your beverage, or as a standalone. It's always a joy to be able to make your own bread. If you have any questions or any suggestions, I'll be glad to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video.